The new life.
The new life.
The new life.
The new life is 10 simple elements that make up the Daniel Challenge.
Enjoy sunshine, exercise,
Have refreshing sleep.
invest time in others,
Nutrition. Fresh air.
trust more, stress less,
Water. Live with temperance.
educate yourself.
Lauren is here to get that question answered, and I think the number may be different if you work in a chocolate store.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit
How you do
higher
it.
for
Oh
you.
my gosh, that's like temptation galore.
Get this, though. Pay attention to this number. 8 teaspoons of sugar a day is the maximum of what you should have. And let me ask you this. What do you think the average American, how much added sugar?
Well, I know I eat a lot more than that. So I'd guess the average person, maybe twice that, 16?
30 teaspoons of added sugar. This isn't naturally occurring sugars, that's added sugar. Each person in here, if you eat the average amount of added sugar, that's 97 pounds of added sugar every year. Whoa. So let's take everyone in the audience. What does that mean for everyone? It means in a year, you all could eat this much excess sugar. 15,520 pounds, Lauren, of excess sugar. But you don't need to be a sugar addict to reach these astounding numbers.
Oh yeah, even if you think you're eating pretty healthy, sugar can creep into your diet. And look at this. This is kind of a pretty typical breakfast, but this cereal here actually has, it looks like a pretty healthy cereal. No colors, no marshmallows, and it's actually whole grain, but it actually has 17 grams of sugar per serving, which actually is a lot more than a lot of kiddie cereals with all the marshmallows and stuff. So, and then if you add the banana and the orange juice, that adds up to about 34 grams of sugar just at breakfast. So you're already over the limit.
Right, and this looks like a great salad. You know, if I go out with my girlfriends, we're always ordering like, a salad with chicken on it. This is great by itself. That's only 2 grams of sugar. But once you add this type of salad dressing and then a sweetened drink like the sweetened green tea, then you get up to 74 grams of sugar.
So the culprit there is really that sweetened green
extras.
tea.
It's
Right
absolutely
here,
the
just get
extras,
rid
yeah.
of this.
And this meal is one I love for dinner. This is actually whole wheat pasta with tomato basil sauce. A tremendously healthy dinner, right? But keep in mind this sauce has 12 grams of sugar per serving. So then when you add the yogurt with the fake fresh fruit in it, that's an additional 31 grams of sugar. You're supposed to have 32 grams of sugar per day. Added, that alone, right there, would put you at your limit. So take all these meals together, 150 grams of added sugars. 5 times the recommended daily allowance. And these are healthy meals. It's just where you make smart decisions is enough sugar in the cereal, the banana, like you may want to be careful on the OJ, right, Jim?
Yeah, maybe take out the OJ. Try to add a little protein. That kind of helps balance out the sugar.
Every
too.
little bit helps. The problem is, where does all this sugar go? Well, typically it goes to the belly, so-called belly fat, right? 2 kinds of belly fat. Subcutaneous fat, that's the kind of fat I can suck out, but you'd rather not come see me in the office. The fat that worries us is the so-called intra-abdominal fat that is inside the so-called beer belly that sticks out, protrudes. Typically that's associated with an intake of a lot of sugars.
Highly addictive drugs such as heroin and crack cocaine ravage not only the addict, but the lives of families and loved ones. But according to an article published today in the medical journal Lancet, alcohol is in fact more dangerous than illegal drugs when based on how destructive it is to the individual compared to society as a whole. British experts evaluated several substances, including alcohol, cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, and crystal meth, among others. They analyzed not only how addictive the substance is, but how it harms the body, its role in breaking up families, and economic costs. Based simply on the sheer volume of drinkers and given the proclivity for binge drinking, alcohol far surpasses drugs in terms of overall health burdens. Experts hope the study will prompt countries to reevaluate how they classify drugs, build educational programs, and recognize the damage caused by alcohol. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
Before the break, we heard from Danielle, who wanted to know some great ways to drop pounds in a healthy way. And as you may know, our executive producer, Jay McGraw, has a publishing company. One of his authors is clinical nutritionist Cynthia Pasquella. Thanks for being here again, Cynthia.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you guys.
So awesome. Now, you have some health secrets.
In the Peak Method, I talk about crap. And I know that sounds odd, so let me explain.
It's a medical term, right? Crap.
A lot. Very medical term.
Let's
I don't think
stick
it
to medical
refers to
terms.
that, but I do say crap.
Yeah, so it's an acronym. It stands for caffeine, refined sugar, alcohol, and processed foods. And I have great substitutes for all those today.
All right, so let's start with C.
C. So C is for caffeine. Now, caffeine, yes, coffee is one of the big things. Not a good idea.
Okay, so what am I going to swap for my...
So instead of having that, I've put together this amazing drink called pina colada with a side of green. So what we do is we take kale and spinach, which are super rich in fiber. They're going to keep you full for hours. We throw in banana, coconut milk, a little coconut water, great yummy foods like mango, pineapple, and dates. So we actually just put 1 date per drink because the date is a natural energy booster. So if you're looking for that pick-me-up in the morning, get me going, date is going to do it. And if you're used to sugar in your coffee, then that's going to give you that bit of sweetness that you feel like you're missing, and this is it.
You want to give it a try, Daniel?
Give it a try.
Let's see how it is.
A pina colada in the morning. Go figure.
It's really good. It actually tastes a lot like bananas.
Chock full of nutrients. I love it.
Definitely.
And let me guess, as we move from C to R, you see we're working our way down crap. R stands probably for refined carbohydrates, refined sugars.
Refined sugar, exactly.
So let's take a look at this animation of a woman who's enjoying a little piece of cake. Nothing wrong with that, right? Well, if you're doing this too often, something happens in your body that you're not going to like so much. So as she's enjoying the cake, the saliva is starting to work on the digestive process. It works its way down into the stomach. Woo, taste buds are dancing, things are good, loving life. And you know what we're going to do here? We're going to go straight to her brain because as these carbohydrates and sugars are hitting her mouth and getting digested, the brain's pleasure centers are lighting up saying, woo! Sugar tastes so good!
It does.
Give me more! But your pancreas doesn't love it so much because you see those white molecules are sugar. Your pancreas secretes more and more insulin to shepherd that sugar into your body's cells. But when you have more carbohydrate than you need, more than you need for your activities of daily living, to think, to exercise, the insulin does something else quite interesting. What it does is it actually tells your body to store fat. That's why when you're eating too many sugars, it does end up as fat. Typically, a lot of it will be visceral fat. That's the fat that surrounds your internal organs. People think, well, if it's just sugar, that's fine. No, sugar, actually too much of it, will end up turning to fat in your body.
And some people may not realize that sugar is in everything these days, Dr. Travis, like mayonnaise, crackers, who would have thought pasta sauce?
Pasta sauce?
Some pasta sauces can have up to 5 teaspoons of sugar per half a cup serving.
That's crazy.
Isn't that unbelievable?